Warning, the following episode contains strong language and adult themes.
Hi, I'm Liam from What Pitch, and you may notice that the lighting and setting has changed for What the Fuck to match my soul. I'm just joking, half joking. It was bright and shiny before I started doing this show, and then through all the incest and, fucking dead bodies, my soul's just broken. But it's fine. Different week, same shit. 4 stories, 3 real, 1 fake. On with the show. Story number 1. A woman who went into a Tokyo hospital for surgery needed to be treated for burns after one of her farts apparently started a fire in the operating room. Wow. You know what? That's really impressive. The fire happened April 15th at the Tokyo Medical University Hospital when a doctor was using a laser on the cervix of a woman in her 30s, according to the Asahi Shimbun newspaper. Doctors believe the patient passed gas that was then ignited by the laser. I didn't know that was physically possible. But apparently it is, and it's awesome. The resulting fire burned most of the patient's body, waist and legs. Is it bad that I said I was impressed and then... I'm impressed, but I feel sorry for what happened afterwards. Good save?
Kinda.
According to a report about the incident, no flammable materials were in the operating room during the surgery and the equipment was functioning normally. When the patient's intestinal gas leaked into the space of the operation, it ignited with the irradiation of the laser and the burning spread, eventually reaching the surgical drape and causing the fire. Wow. But there's something about this story that doesn't quite pass the smell test, according to the LA-based surgeon Dr. Michael Zade. Was that supposed to be funny?
I think so.
Right. No offence if either of you, if this is the fake one, but... Hashtag dead bants. I perform a lot of colorectal and anal surgeries, and this has never happened. I bet he never thought he'd have to say that sentence. It would take more than the usual amount of methane in the colon to cause such severe injury, he told the Huffington Post. Zade said the methane gas that is released during a fart could be ignited when heat sources such as laser and electrocoagulation are used in the vicinity. Nailed that word first time, mate, what you saying? If she had all her mates in the room, I bet they would have gone, ha-ha, and clapped. I would have done. Story number 2. A schoolboy who was almost killed when knocked out by a massive electric shock now claims the accident gave him superpowers like those of X-Men's Magneto. Sick! Nikolai Kryagulachenko, 12, had been walking home after school when he leant briefly against a lamppost that was live from a faulty wire and was blasted across the pavement. You know what, I don't even care, that sounds really cool. The council should have really been on that, shouldn't they? So, if a kid touches this, he's just going to be fucked up the other end of the street. Be fine. That's always confused me, the tape that they put around, danger sites and stuff like that. It's not exactly keeping anyone out, is it? He said, "When I came round, I felt groggy but managed to get home and told my mum what had happened." He said that, but it would have been in a different language for those at home who couldn't figure that out. "When I woke up the next day and got out of bed, I found some coins that had been lying on the mattress had stuck to my body. Then when I was having breakfast and dropped my spoon, it stuck to my chest." Right. He said he's a keen fan of comics and, believing that maybe he had developed some sort of super magnetic power to attract metal like Magneto, he decided to put it to the test. Finally, someone who finds out they've got a weird power and doesn't freak out about it and is scared of it, that'd be well good. He said, "I can do things I couldn't do before, but I don't have a lot of control over it." Oh, this is where it starts to get sinister. "Even when I do not want to do it, I still attract things. Once I even attracted a glass, it just moved towards me, so it's not magnetism as in if you attracted a glass." Not impressed anymore. Nikolai added that he has now decided he wants to be a superhero when he is older, saying that he would want to do something that helps people. He's also found himself one of the most popular boys at school, with many of his classmates asking him to demonstrate his superpowers. This is the most normal story about superpowers I've ever read in my entire life. You would, wouldn't you, go into school and be like, "Hey, watch this." Ding! Stories about living magnets began to appear at least in the middle of the 19th century. I like that one. No, he seems like a pretty switched on lad, he's not scared of it, he's just like, oh, that's a bit odd. And he's using it to his full advantage like he should do. Story number 3. Outraged residents claim the 26-year-old man had previously engaged in sex acts with a cow and chicken in their village. Ruined my favourite childhood show. Brings a whole meaning to chicken mayo butty, doesn't it?
Oh no.
A man who was nearly killed by an angry mob after he raped a goat says he had sex with the animal because he was rejected by women. I'm so confused, right? We've hit that story now that just rips my heart out. First it was cows and chickens, now it's a goat. Another fucking goat. Gabriel Simiu was caught in the act by his neighbour late at night and almost lynched by villagers before police officers intervened and saved him. Fucking hell. Right, so we've still not decided what animal it is. I mean, they're very different looking.
That look.
It's like, over there, him! Yeah, he's shagging a cow! Or is it a chicken? Or is it a goat? Fucking idiots. Outraged residents claimed it wasn't the first time the motorcycle taxi operator had violated farm animals in their village. Fucking hell. They claimed the 26-year-old had previously engaged in sex acts with a cow and chicken. Simiu was arrested after the female goat's owner, Richard Wanyoni, heard bleating and checked his shed in the village of Nangwe, Kenya on Friday night. Do they not have Specsavers in Kenya? I mean, of all the animals that live in Kenya, cows, chicken and goats are probably the most shaggable. Let me explain that point. Because don't they have like tigers and stuff there and lions? Worst you're going to get if you try and shag a goat is a headbutt off a lion, he's just going to eat you. So what I'm saying is, if I had to shag one of them, he told KUTV, I thought my animals were strangling each other, so I tiptoed to the cow shed and flashed my torch. Flashed his torch. How would they have been doing that, sir? They don't have thumbs. I was shocked when I found the man, but he ran away very fast. I would as well, to be honest with you. That's the only logical thing that fella's done throughout this whole ordeal. Since it was at night, I did not see him very well, so I took the shoes he left behind and began a search in the morning. Kenyan media said Simiyu admitted having sex with the animal and pleaded for forgiveness. He said, I have a very serious problem. Does he? And need help. Every time I approach a girl, she refuses and it really pains me. I'm appealing to well-wishers to take me to a doctor or a specialist so the problem I have can be identified. Backtrack of the century, mate. I think he loves it. Mr. Wanyoni claims Simiyu told him he had been rejected by women at a funeral earlier that night. Right, 1 minute. There's better places to approach him than a funeral, and I think we can all tell you that, fella. It's like, yeah, look, open casket. Don't you look peaceful? Oh. You want to bang? Story number 4. Midget pretending to a child... What the fuck? Oh, there's a word missing, wait there. Midget pretending to be a child is caught stealing. Ha ha ha! It was said that this went on for up to 2 weeks without security picking up on it before 6-year-old Natalia Stump screamed at him for attempting to steal her sweets and her mother attacked him with her trolley. I'm really excited to read the rest of this story, that is fucking hilarious. It was alerted to the manager and security where he was escorted off the premises. Oh, and is this a different story? It's more than one story. Midget that claims he was an emperor in the past caught stealing a wham bar from a child in Tesco. 1. Haha. 2. Of all things to steal, a wham bar. Bit shit, aren't they? They're the ones on the shitty little pocket money stalls near the front of the shop. The reason they put them near the front of the shop is they're not asked about people stealing them because they're shit. 45-year-old Gary Newman made the news earlier this year, claiming in his past life he was a Roman emperor. Most of the town thought it was more amusing than believable and continued to let him have his moment. However, on Tuesday the 4th of November, I got a date. Matthew never gets dates in his stories.
Around 11 PM on Tuesday.
On Tuesday!
You guys finding all these... Get a date!
Newman was found taking sweets from children in Tesco when their parents weren't looking before making a run for it. However, he did not leave it there. Gary proudly walked into the store the day after and was caught by the police and took for questioning where he was searched. It is said that he had pick and mix sweets in all of his pockets and stashed in his underwear and socks. That's what I'd do. When asked, the man stated, I didn't think anyone would realise I wasn't a child. I'm only 40 inches tall, for crying out loud. Honestly, my favourite story I've ever read on this show. I think that's really, really funny. I thought that only existed in cartoons and sketch comedy shows, but apparently not. So what are we subject to do during that episode? Story number 1, Burn Baby Burn. Story number 2, Glass Nito. Story number 3, Cow and Chicken. Story number 4, Midget Gems. Round of applause for Matthew for coming up with that one. Round of applause!
Alright.
Right. Now it's that bit where I make a complete tool of myself and probably get it wrong. I'm saying Burn Baby Burn is the fake one.
You're wrong.
Told you. Just tell me, I can't be arsed guessing.
I feel really really bad because you really love the story.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It was the Midget Gems one. Fuck. And I just did a whole bit about how that made me really happy, and I'm sad again now. Thank you very much for watching. We do really appreciate people sitting and watching entire videos. Very nice of you to do. Please like us on Facebook. Get notified when new videos go up. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on the Instagrams. Sophie does a lovely job with that. Very nice picture. I think I've said that before. Have a look at the Patreon page if you want to be our weird little sugar daddies. I've been Liam from What Pictures, and now I'm really sad. See you next time.